name's Holly. I have been attending EC for the past 5 years, and I serve on the First Impressions team. The core verse I've chosen for today is from Hebrews 1-3 in the Message. Do you see what it means? All these pioneers who blazed the way, all these veterans cheering us on. It means we better get on with it. Strip down, start running, never quit. No extra spiritual fat, no parasitic sins. Keep your eyes on Jesus, both who began and finished the race we're in. Jesus never lost sight of where he was needed or why he was here or what his purpose was. He was focused, he was determined, he could put up with anything along the way. The cross, shame, humiliation, rejection, accusation. He wasn't shaken, he wasn't distracted from his purpose. In a world full of comparison, it can be easy to lose sight of the purpose God has placed on our lives. I can easily lose sight of my own purpose in life. I'm a planner. I carry multiple notebooks. I like to be prepared. Don't talk to me about Google Calendar. That's not my thing. So at 25, I planned my dream wedding. Things were starting to go to plan. The thing was, it was my plan, not God's plan. I was so caught up in the stage of life everyone was in, I forgot to take time to reflect on what God's plan was for me. It was on February 1st, 2020, only weeks before the wedding, I decided to end the planning, call off the wedding, end the engagement, end the relationship altogether. As at the beginning of the verse, it quite literally says, strip down. I had to strip down my pride, my pain, my planning. I had to leave all the thoughts of, what will people think? What about the last deposit on the venue? What about the wedding party, my friends, my relatives? What about the shame? Will I recover from this? Is there really something better out there for me? Am I making a terrible mistake? Where will I go from here? The list of questions goes on and on. I had to strip my plans to give God room to show me his. On February 2nd of 2020, I walked through the doors of Canyon Meadows Theater, which was the South Campus at the time, and made the claim that EC was my church, and from that day on, I would build new relationships. It was a 4-year process for me to root myself into EC, but this past year has been beyond anything I could have imagined. I was the girl that came and left, grabbed my M&M cookie, and then laughed as last as I could. Now they have to tell me to leave. I highly recommend getting plugged into a small group. During the past 18 months, there's been more than enough curveballs thrown my way that I couldn't plan for, but I had to remind myself, Jesus has already been where I am, and he's already ran the race like scripture says. So many of us have gone before us. So my question to you today would be, are you running the race he's marked out for you, or are you running your own race? Are you stuck? Have you been running a race that doesn't feel right anymore? Is there things that he needs to strip off? From my experience, getting rooted in his word, in his church, and connected to his people is where you will find rest and bear incredible fruit. It's where the race makes sense. Don't lose sight of the plan God has for you. No matter how defeated you may feel in this moment, he will meet you where you are and fill you up with more than you could ever imagine possible. Keep going. Pastor Jonathan once said in a sermon, sometimes we fight God's plan to exit because we want to extend. Now, let me tell you from personal experience, if God is giving you an exit, it's because he's already got extraordinary waiting for you on the other side. I'm not saying it's going to be easy or pain-free, but in him you'll find the strength to walk through the valleys, and with him you'll enjoy the splendor of the mountaintops. Jesus has seen what you've walked through, and he's already been where you're going. Don't let the fear of shame or the thoughts of comparison be the reason you quit running or the excuse to not even try. That's not God's plan. This here is your church. We're here to cheer you on. You're qualified. Keep running.